There were many who had been healed, those who had had their obsessive spirits driven away, which allowed them to regain emotional and mental balance, and those who claimed to have found the truth in the moral exhortations, full of hope and beauty. And so, even though Jesus had also traveled with his 12 friends to many locations, carrying out the task the Father had entrusted to him, judging by the magnitude of the needs and the anxieties of the people, it would soon become extremely difficult for Jesus to carry out his ministry. Whether due to the crowds of curious and devout people or the jealous zeal that the Pharisees and other members of the ruling classes were feeling in the face of such popularity. As the Good News movement grew, so did the number of its antagonists, all of them deliberately trying to impede the advance of the truth that would topple them from their miserable positions. Therefore, with the arrival of the 70, bringing many others with them, Jesus found himself surrounded by a large entourage whom he was to feed and equip with the seeds of the divine storehouse while he had sufficient time to do so, preparing them for the new struggles that would soon arise in their path. The gathering of the emissaries, as they arrived, produced immense joy in the apostolic family, which boasted of how many paralytics had abandoned their staffs, how many blind people had regained their sight, how many demons, in reality, ignorant spirits that influence creatures, had given up their persecution and departed, freeing the persecuted. It was a gathering of victorious soldiers and good, exultant at their return before the great harvest that had been sown. And many brought living proof of the deeds of the good news in the person of those who spontaneously accompanied them to the presence of Jesus, who received them with a loving tone of gratitude and joy. Thus, the arrival of Sakharia and Joshua was no different. As soon as they were able to meet Jesus, the divine friend listened with just interest to their account of their deeds, especially since they were coming from the city where the Master's family lived.
"Thus, my Lord,"
Joshua said enthusiastically,
"when we spoke of the kingdom of God in your name, people were healed, hearts were opened, and many, moved, embraced the teachings."
And helping them with their vivid description, Sakharia concluded,
"Everything you promised us has indeed come to pass, and if the success of the truth had not been so resounding, we would not have been forced to stay so short in each place."